Oh, this is awesome. You have got to love high school football. It's got to be exciting for them, right? And exciting for that town, right? They would have had this place right.
Their head coach, Matt Koziak, told us during the week, no quitting this team. It's a special team. That's a special trophy.
When I had an opportunity to come back here at Mona Shores, there were a lot of people kind of trying to talk me out of it. You know, you can't win there. The term that was thrown around a lot was Mona Shores kids are cake eaters, you know, they don't know hard work. And
you go out to that football field every day. He's the first person out on the football field. Towards Achilles, first person out on the football field every day.
And then, you know, a lot of people don't know is we've had a couple kids play in the NFL.
It's Tyree Jackson.
You look at Ike and you see a physical specimen, 6 foot, 220 pounds, right? And he runs through people's face.
Player of the Year in 2020 and then he went on to play at Ferris State and won a couple of national championships at Ferris. So.
He uses Brady Rhodes as a receiver, as a running back, and as a quarterback. Simply put, he's a winner.
High school football is the purest form of football there is. Friday night lights, you cannot beat playing for your community, in front of your fans, in front of your teachers, in front of your classmates, in front of your parents, in front of your uncles.
High school football is the main attraction here, and I think that's what makes Muskegon high school football unique.
Hey, Fish, go Louie! Louie, blue!
It's all about the level of content. Are you content with being where you are right now? If you are not, we could be a scary team.
So when you think about sacrifice, you have to look at the guy next to you and say, I'll do it for you! You come here tonight for your night! Hey, all these people are here for you! Sacrifice for each other, and you're unbeatable!
At this point, this could make or break us. We got to be in the playoffs.
You know, if we set the bar high enough, you know, they're going to reach it.
We got to win out. And if I got to say the pressure is on anybody, it's on us.
What I think football does is it teaches you a lot about life. You know, in order to be successful on the football field, you have to put time into it, right? You have to put effort, you have to focus. And I see that a lot with the students that I've had in class, whether that's athletics or, you know, the arts or, you know, academics. You know, everybody kind of finds their little groove that they're into, and it's really, you know, it's really cool to see that.
On the body, stay on the body. Everybody understand? On the body, stay on the body, secure the ball.
We didn't play very well the first half. We gave up a big play on defense. This is the half where it's 42-14. You understand? It's not going to happen unless you take it.
At some point, you just got to play football. Like, you just got to line up, see what you see, get the call right, and just play, and beat the person that's across from you.
Being perfect doesn't mean that every play is going to go for a touchdown. Being perfect was knowing that you went out there each and every play, and you gave it everything you had.
Play fast, play aggressive, and let the chips fall where they may.
It's funny, I actually played here at Mona Shores High School. Gone to Mona Shores since first grade, all the way graduated from here, and played multiple sports, played football, basketball, and ran track, but football was my passion. And you know, went away to college and played a little bit of football, got a teaching degree, started my teaching degree and coaching actually at Muskegon Public Schools, where I spent 10 years, and then I had an opportunity to come back here in 2011 and be the head coach. This is our first state championship banner that we made. Obviously that's a big deal, it's your first one, and it's kind of neat. This is actually my son right here, so it's cool that we get to share that obviously with the other players as well. Probably the thing I'm most proud of is our team academic all-state since 2013. We got it again this year for 25. The only year we didn't get it was during COVID, where they didn't give it out, and that was kind of a tricky year. So, yeah, and so this is players that we've had go on and play at the next level. Just since I've been here, I know we've had some players, you know, before I was the coach here, but and then we've got our all-state players that we've had over the years up there. We got one more for 25 to add up there, Tamarion Stewart. Our first playoff appearance, our first state championship appearance was 2014. That was a real special group because when our staff first got the job, these guys were 8th graders. So kind of built that up in 4 years, and then to see them then as seniors make it to Ford Field was super cool. And then in 2018 was our next trip to Ford Field, lost to a really good De La Salle team. But that was a really talented group, had about, 8 college kids play on that team, which was super cool. And then down here is our 2 state championship teams, 19. That was our first one. And you look like right in the middle of the coaches is Owen Terpstra, who was also our quarterback this year, so that's kind of cool. And then our 2020, which was actually during COVID, and you'll see like my son is the bottom left, who also started for us at safety and receiver this year. And my nephew was all the way on the right and plays JV, and you see a lot of the coaches are still the same, which I'm really blessed to have a lot of the kids that, a lot of the coaches that, that we could retain and still want to stay around. And then, a lot of people don't know is we've had a couple of kids play in the NFL. Funny, Mark Konechny is kind of a guy that I looked up to because I played here as well. So he was kind of our hero because he was first guy from our school to actually get an opportunity. And then the other 3 were guys that I actually got to coach. Asante Brown, who actually lived with us for through high school. Tyree Jackson, who was the quarterback, who was on that 2014 picture, and then Darius Roberson, who's on the 2014 picture. So kind of cool, kind of neat. I always like to take credit for them being in the NFL. I'm just kidding. Those guys were tremendous players and great human beings. So super fortunate to even be able to coach those dudes. So
I started coaching with him in 2004 at Muskegon High School, freshman level. We then went to Muskegon Heights in 2005, where I coached defensive backs on the varsity level. And then that's when I started having kids, and I was in the military, so I was kind of off and on coaching from there. When he got the job here in 2011, we kind of started just helping him like on game days and just doing whatever I could. I was running the youth program for a few years. And then in 2020, he asked me to be the offense coordinator for freshman level. I spent a couple years doing that. And then, after 2 years, he asked me to be the JV head coach, where I've been since.
When I had an opportunity to come back here at Mona Shores, there were a lot of people kind of trying to talk me out of it. You can't win there. The term that was thrown around a lot was Mona Shores kids are cake eaters, they don't know hard work. And I thought the exact opposite. I knew there were a lot of blue-collar families in this community, hard-working families in this community.
Georgie, man.
Coach Duggins.
So George Duggins, team captain, Division I scholarship to Dartmouth, had some Division I scholarships to some MAC schools and other ones, high academic kid, great character kid, team leader.
I feel for him in so many ways. To have his high school career be kind of snatched away from him in just one play, and before he could even put on pads for his senior year, it was sad.
We had a team camp for Sparta, and it was like the third to last play of the whole entire practice. And basically it was just a simple goal line fade, and I didn't plant on it weird or land on it weird. It just, out of nowhere, I was just backing up to catch the ball, and it just felt like someone took an axe right to my Achilles, and it was a full tear. But I got surgery 2 days later after the injury, and then after that, it's just been recovery from there.
But George picked it up, man. He came right on the coaching staff, you know, right with us, and made my job a lot easier transitioning from coaching the linebackers to coaching the safeties. You know, this guy already kind of knows the whole scheme, so yeah.
But if you go out to that football field every day, he's the first person out on the football field. Towards Achilles, first person out on the football field every day. And we call him Coach Duggins, and because that's what he is, you know. And George is the type of person that your car break down on the side of the road, he's the first person you call, and he's gonna be there. George is the type of kid that you don't have to ask him to do things twice. It's yes sir, it's yes sir, no sir. It's I got you, coach. I'll do better, coach. You know, George is he's one of them human beings that you don't come across every day.
What up? Good looks for the $20. Bro. Good looks for the Lambo. Good looks for that IL. Yes, sir. All right, we gotta get some marker. All right. See you, George.
Bye, George. Have a good day.
You too. So for marketing class, we have something called the Anchor Cafe, which basically, hey Kylie, basically, it's ran by the students and it's open during lunch, before school, and after school. And they sell tons of drinks. It's ran by all the students. And this is like the class that you would work at the Anchor Cafe, marketing. We have to go through all like the basic training for it and all that, which we kind of just got done, and it just got opened earlier this week. I'm Wisconsin.
Hi, how's it going?
Very good.
Nice beads. Everything?
Well, I'm gonna go to Dartmouth for college, and then I'll probably study business or economics, and then maybe go into private equity would be my dream. But I don't know. I'm gonna play football for as long as I can, and then hopefully figure something out from there. Dartmouth does a really good job at like helping people find out what they want to do.
He's a great coach. And like if you need help with anything or like any questions, I go to him. Like I was playing receiver a little bit, and any questions I'd go to him, and he would tell you and help you with anything. Like we would go to the high school in the summer and throw, and he would always be there to help and teach.
So George is just definitely like an inspirational guy. Like he'll still like be out in his pads and stuff, walking around with the team, doing everything he can to like make the team better. And you can just tell that like he wants it for the team more than he wants it for himself.
You see them grow up and you see them graduate, you see them go to college, and that was really when it hit me like, man, we're doing some good stuff here outside of the game, which is awesome.
Now this night is especially about sacrifice.
Sailor Salute is our military appreciation night. And I think the first year it was specifically military, but then we opened it up to first responders, police officers, firefighters, EMS. And it's our way of giving back. My first time doing a Sailor Salute, I was just in awe.
Burning building. Men and women go into the building for strangers, pull out strangers, and their thank you, their reward is a handshake or a hug. Think about that. And the only reward for that sacrifice is the fact that you serve somebody else.
It doesn't seem like much from just a normal human being, but me being a veteran, it does. It means a lot that somebody just says thank you. Just a simple thank you, and it just kind of, it makes you feel good. I spent 6 years in the Marine Corps. I'm a combat veteran, and it really hit home when we started doing it. Just see how big it got to, and it got big quick.
So when you think about sacrifice, you have to look at the guy next to you and say, I'll do it for you.
The stands are completely packed. There are a lot of moving pieces. There's a lot of volunteers. The flyover this year was the first year that we actually had the parachutist.
It's about the guy next to you. It's always been about the guy next to you.
It's not about my time in the service. It's about everyone else's time in the service. Every one of our players, coaches, anybody who's part of the staff, Matt, has all the veterans who want to line up in the end zone, and you just go through and you shake their hand and you just say, thank you for your service,
releases is yours. Take the back if he's yours. Tyson, no wide, Tyson, wide. Yeah, he's trying to get deep.
But it is a first down.
Queen left.
I remember I was 6 years old at the time, and I went to one of my brother's football practice. And my dad, he ended up being the coach of our Pop Warner football team. And I just remember being at the practices and everything, throwing the ball around with the other little kids that was out there. And I knew that the next year I wanted to play. I just remember the next year, around seven or 8 years old, I played my first year of Pop Warner football and kind of just figured out, this is what I want to do. When I graduated college, I didn't know that I wanted to work in education. I started working out in sales for a little bit, and then I went back to coaching at Ferris. I was a graduate assistant while I received my master's in educational leadership. And so, once I was in that program, I wasn't getting paid to coach football because they were paying for my master's class. So the first interaction that I had in an educational setting, I was a janitor at Reed City Public Schools. And during that time, I would do football from 7 in the morning to 5 p.m. And then I would go in and clean from 7 to 12 and then repeat it the next day. And so it wasn't really until I got back to Ferris until I figured out that I wanted to be in education, and then I became a long-term substitute teacher, then a PE teacher, and then that's when Koziak gave me a call and wanted me to come over to Shores. And so
he is wise above his age. He's a young, mid-20-year-old, and for the knowledge he has coaching, not just coaching, not just X's and O's, but the game, the sport is about relationships, and I think he does a phenomenal job with letting the kids know that he cares about them, but also have an accountability piece. And so I think Javon is such a good mix of letting them know he cares about them, and then holding them accountable to a high standard, like here's what we got to do to be successful.
When I got over here, you felt the feel of family right away. Me being from the east side of the state in Detroit and coming over to the west side and being in Muskegon, it's a little bit of a different culture, but I can tell you what, I was welcomed with open arms from a lot of people.
The biggest things that comes right to mind is he's so approachable, and he has such a good listening ear, and he can speak the speak, and he can meet people where they're at. He's kind, he's respectful, he has high expectations, and so when he walks the hallways, hey Coach Shaw, how are you? He has a role here. He supports our behaviors and attendance, and he works with teachers and helping kids stay academically eligible. I mean, he has a role here beyond the football field, and so he's an integral part of that.
It's kind of easy to settle into an environment like that with people who kind of love you off the rip, and they hardly know you, and then you just build that relationship in those bonds, and ultimately it related to the students.
When you think about being a sailor, you think about just a compassionate community member who will do anything for the person next to you and just be very supportive and respectful and kind, hardworking.
Like when you just walk around, it's like I'm proud to be a sailor, putting on for my community.
Like a lot of the kids that I have are freshman level players because I teach algebra and pre-algebra, so I get to see them grow. That's like the greatest thing I love. I love coaching them, but then I see their maturity grow in the classroom. To speak about the varsity football players, like Joe Olson, for example, offensive lineman number 55, senior captain, he's come up to me and said, Mr. Swanson, I need you to schedule me for Win so I can help tutor these younger kids. And I think that speaks volumes to Joe's character, to this program's character, because what you can do is you give back, and Joe wants to give back to the Mona Shores community.
then you'll go the opposite way. So you made an X. Curve cut X.
No, on the other side, other side.
Okay, so let's go over it.
And then and make it circular. Make it
two on this side.
Make it round.
You guys need to say it. I can say it 100 times and if it's still not clicking. Cut.
Cut. So make it round.
And then round them.
I would say, well, I started playing in like first grade, but I didn't really like it, so I quit. And then we moved to Arizona, and I didn't play football either because it was just too hot. And then we moved back, and I did half the third grade in Arizona, and then the rest of my third year I did at Muskegon, which was our rival. But after that year, I transferred to Shores, and then I've been at Shores ever since.
Tamarion Stewart is, he's literally everything you want, and not just a football player, but just a young man in general, right? You look at Ike and you interact with Ike, the first thing you kind of imagine is, how is this young man gonna be in life, you know, without football? And Ike is gonna be successful in whatever he does, you know? You look at Ike and you see a physical specimen who is 6 foot, 220 pounds, no body fat, right? And he runs through people's face. He, you know, it's hard to bring down. But outside of that, Ike has always been respectful, kind. Ike is intelligent. Ike is, you know, he's a student of the game. He always wants to learn. He's always asking questions. And so that's what makes him special outside of the football aspect, is that he has humility and he is humble to be able to be vulnerable with the adults that are around him and even his own teammates. And that's what makes Ike special.
I'm not.
You know what I mean? You gotta get to work today.
I get my work done. You see how I have two layers? Like I have a black and a red. Okay, so yes, but the outside border, you gotta move it. Well, no, you gotta make it like thick enough, and then your red one, or like the inside one, you gotta make it come out of the shape, or out of the first one.
Oh, he's a good person, you know, just always trying to do the right thing. Like he's like, we always hang out and stuff like for lunch, and he's always like doing the right thing. Like he's never like mean to people. He's just a good overall person.
I think he's an aggressive player when need be, but like majority of the time he's just like, he's always gonna give you 100%. So whatever, if you need him to be shifty running back, he'll be shifty. If you need him to be a power back, he'll be a power back. Like Tamarion's very versatile and he's got great things coming his way.
So these are all state different sports, and you'll see some football people up there. And you know, Trey Hatcher he played for us in 19. He was our running back. He was state champ. Tyree Jackson was one of the kids that played in the NFL. But you'll see a lot of hockey and tennis and track and golf. And we did have Mr. Football, or sorry, I should say Player of the Year, Brady Rose, who was our quarterback for our 2020 state championship team. He also won Mr. Football in 2020. And it's kind of neat because the previous years were also Muskegon area kids, and you think about Detroit and Grand Rapids, and we've had, you know, 3 kids from the Muskegon area get Mr. Football, which is super cool. These are all of our regional championships, so you'll see hockey, golf, and then recently our football ones. We did get, that's 3 in a row, 18, 19, and 20. Cool thing about that is, so this is, you know, they put coaches of the year and stuff like that up, but Ty Spencer, who's a excellent coach, coaches at did coach at Martin Luther King in Detroit. That's who we end up playing. Anyways, he's now the head coach at East Kentwood, and Took them to the semifinals, just a really good coach. So I'm glad that picture's up there because he's a really good dude. This is Brady, Player of the Year in 2020 for, and then he went on to play at Ferris State and won a couple of national championships at Ferris. So super cool. And then these are all state, the big pictures are the state championship teams that won it. And you'll know the only previous ones we had were hockey, golf, and gymnastics, which aren't, not every school has those sports, but a lot of schools have football. So that, I take a lot of pride in that because it's a sport that a lot of other schools, most schools have in the state. So I think that's a pretty big deal. This is our trophy case. Well, there's more, but this is our state championship trophies case. So the 2019 and 2020, pretty cool. We got to do some cool things, like got to go to Lansing, and we've got some stuff from the mayor, we've got some stuff from the governor, the t-shirts, and then our ring design. You can see 2020 was COVID, so you can see our masks and the stands were empty. We just had our parents. That was basically who you could have in the stand. So that was a weird, eerie feeling. But yeah, those are some pretty cool memories for sure. And that's always the goal, right? That's the pinnacle, and that's what you want to do. And so it's good that our players can actually see it and literally touch it, like, hey, Mona Shores has been there before, and so it's not like a unrealistic dream where you talk about it but it's never been done. So this is my little my wife did this for me, just stuff that I probably should do a better job of organizing it, but just stuff that. This is a cool picture that I love. This is 2018 at Ford Field. This is my oldest son who played for us, and he played 4 years for us, actually 6 of middle school. And then that's Peyton, who you interviewed, and is now our free safety. I think he was in 6th grade at the time, so that's pretty cool. And then I'll get you. This is a book that we had a guy write about our program after we made it to our first state championship. So pretty cool stuff. I didn't even know that was in there. Yeah, here's a Ford Field picture after we won it in 2019. That was our first state championship. My son is right there, my oldest that you saw in there, and then my other son is right there, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think the Toledo experience, that's 1 in a million for some high schoolers. You're traveling across state lines to play a game. I don't think many high schoolers get to experience that. You get on a charter bus, you stop at Byron Center for a walk-through practice. That's a crazy experience, and to live that as a high schooler is probably, you remember that for the rest of your life. But as a coach, it's a little bit different. You're going through the motions, you're handling the same emotions like you were playing at home that Friday night. I think what this Toledo game brings for us is the excitement to go against another caliber team that is obviously different in their state. They win state championships, but so does this program.
Losing, I think we got our 3rd loss versus Muskegon this year. And so right now we're sitting at 5-3. I think a win over Toledo Central Catholic, we automatically get a bid into the playoffs, wherever that puts us. If we lose, we're at 5-4, and now we're kind of at the mercy of, we call the football gods. Some things have to go our way. If certain teams win and certain teams lose, if opponents that we beat get wins, it adds to our bonus points, and so they take the top 32 teams from Division II, and we're hoping, win or lose, we can get into that top 32. We always tell the kids, all you need is a ticket to the dance, and then anything can happen. So that's kind of where we're sitting right now. This game means a lot. We win, we know we're in. We lose, and it kind of puts us at a spot where we don't want to be at it, because then we leave it in the mercy of other
points and formulas and all that other stuff.
Week 9. It's week 9. Okay, and 40 years ago, 30 years ago, there were no playoffs. And this is it. And you end it with week 9. All right? As the season goes on, you think more and more about you young faces and you young guys. And the word you hear a lot from your coaches is the word love. Okay? And there's nothing more powerful than that word. Okay? The reason it's so powerful, the reason that love is so powerful is because it's unwavering. You don't love somebody when they're doing good and not love them when they're doing bad. Okay? That's why love's powerful. We don't love you because you're 8-0 or not love you because you're 5-3. We love you through the wins. We love you through the losses. We love you through the discipline. We love you through the victories. And that's why you always hear it. You can find power in the word love. You can lean on it when you feel like, man, my back's against the wall. Lean on that word. And love each other through the fight. Not when just things are going well, but when we might not be getting the breaks out there. You love your teammates. The only way you're going to win this game tonight is with love for each other. Okay, I say it all the time. We will either win as a team or we will lose as individuals. Okay? And we love you for a lot of reasons. Okay? We love you because you're young people that are learning the game, and we love coaching you. Good or bad. Good or bad. Practices, good or bad. Doesn't change love. Okay? We love you because you're the right kind of people. We love you as individuals. We love you as groups. We love you as students. But more importantly, these coaches love you because you're ours. Because you're ours. And we get to claim that. Those boys are ours. And so when we go out tonight, I don't care what the end of the score is. You play with your hair on fire. Let everything loose. Everything loose. Okay? Play fast. Play aggressive. And let the chips fall where they may. If you can do that, okay, then it doesn't matter in the end. If you can do that, every play, like, damn, look at that. Damn, look at Joe. Every play. And the rest is history. I don't care what happens. You leave it all on the field tonight. Understand? Yes, sir. I love you, boys. Let's go. Yeah.
Oh, and then took the ball area.
He was off field.
And he is brought down by number 25, Robert Campbell. Result is a first down play. Number 4, Kamarion Stewart.
Opportunity defense, let's go!
Owen Cook carried the ball.
Hold on.
There's no flag?
And the tackle made by the Fighting Irish, number 20.
Let's go!
Is number 7, Jeremiah Fuller, and he is knocked out by number 16, Peyton Kosiak.
Hey, Okie tight! Hey, red! Check! Red!
Touchdown! Fighting Irish! Jeremiah Fuller.
Make a play!
okay? We have to watch this because they're bringing people right here, so we gotta make sure they go to the outside so everyone's down. You understand that?
If one of these gets blocked,
we have to
changes the game.
got it? So we gotta be down on punt. If they're bringing people, get your eyes up and see that. Understand? Yes, sir. Okay, so it shouldn't happen. No block punt from the middle. You're gonna be out. We're gonna we're J-blocking that. Give me R left trips. You want Dom to be number 2?
Check.
Dom. And then action BFG. Right or left?
Visit centralcatholic.org to register and reserve.
Our personnel. We're gonna go action BFG right, slot bang left. Okay. That's what Chevy. I got green. 32. Go green. Because we got a tight end. You're solid. Yeah. So call protection left.
Chevy green lock. Chevy, here we go. O line right here. Chevy green lock.
Action BFG right. Bang if you're left.
I want to
Watch the ball. Half yard.
Play the game the way it's supposed to be played. Fearless. You can't take that field and have some doubt in you. We're fighting for our playoff life. I'm not ready to stop coaching you guys. I'm not. Don't be done. We get the ball. Second half. Coach Shaw, anything.
Hey, we're going middle return to come out. Everybody got to go middle return. Can we get the ball?
We're close to popping one too. We're close to popping the kick.
Can we get the ball with the win? Okay, listen. If we are with, they're kicking away from the win. Perfect. Okay. So listen, Bryce, Kevin, you're gonna get a return here. Up backs. Okay. If that ball's coming hot, you let it go. All it is right now is how much heart do you have? And you gotta have more heart than them. Okay. They're up 21-6. Does everybody hear me? Yes, sir. Let's go, man.
Let's go, O!
First down for the Sailors.
That's how you do offense. Let's go.
Number 3.
Keep on moving those chains. Dylan, you can't cross your feet.
Let's move it forward.
Hey, Red! Watch Jet! Roll on it! Hey, check! Hellcat, watch 7! Right to 7!
If he goes, you gotta scream. You're ready for motion. Go, Bryce!
Quarterback, come on.
Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Wildcat to number 7, Jeremiah Fuller.
Let's go, Damu! Hey, next play! Come on!
Kills!
Good luck, Aaron! Easy, good job!
Hey! You're gonna motion to get the corner.
Hit
left small! Hit left small!
Fourth down pass from number 2, Joe.
Hey, look at me! Stag! Red stag!
Joe Dole pass intended for number 8, Dominic Higgy, is incomplete. Victor Singleton and
Joe, I don't know what the
Dole pass intended for number 24, Dylan Malachi, is incomplete.
Jesus. I thought at times you guys fight and you scrap and you claw. At the same time, you shoot yourself in the foot. Like you fight and you play hard and you battle and then let's get a penalty. Okay? And that's what, you know, when you walk into our locker room, in between the two JV locker rooms, it says, how do you want to be remembered? And I don't care about, like, you know, obviously state championships are great, but like, what if this is our last, like, how are we going to be remembered? Like, and that's everybody, coaches, me, players. I mean, I bet you we had 130 yards in penalties, okay? And I'm not saying they didn't have penalties that weren't called. What I'm saying is we can't lose our composure. We're better than that, okay? We're better than that. And I pray to God this isn't the last game with you guys, okay? You know, but you can't beat a good team like that with all the stupid, silly mistakes we made. You know, it's not going to happen. It's not going to. We got to play a clean, perfect game. And man, the word consistency is all I can think about, because when you guys are playing well, you're hot. Both sides of the ball, offense, defense, like stoning them, missed tackle gone, right? And then we're driving, first down, penalty, okay? Once you guys figure it out, if we get a chance to figure it out, you know, I don't know. We're leaving it up to the football gods now if we're gonna get in. So, I mean, I hope it's not too late to figure it out, eyes on me. Because I think if you guys figure it out, man, the sky's the limit. If we get a gift and somehow it happens and you guys get in, I hope you don't squander that gift. Because squandering the gift is, holy crap, we're in, everybody's 0-0. Doesn't matter what your record is, you're in the dance. And then we continue to play inconsistent like this. I hope not. And some of you guys played your butts off today, all right? But you know, we'll watch film, I hope. You know, I hope there's a Sunday where we can watch film and get better. I said it before, though, it doesn't change how we feel about you. Like, you know, as bad as we played and the mistakes that we made, like, I love you. You know, you're mine. You're my boys, and I love you. And you know, I hope you get another chance to, and this isn't the last. I hope this isn't the last episode for Team 63. I really don't. You know, we're in, and that's the big deal. You know, once you get in, everybody's record is 0-0. It's not always the best team that wins, but the team that plays the best that night. It's going to be a 4-quarter game, and I'm excited about our kids having an opportunity. You don't get an opportunity twice in one season a lot, and so a chance for our kids to go into Hackley, which is, I don't know if you know it, it's the oldest playing field in the state of Michigan. It's older than the old Tiger Stadium. It's older than the University of Michigan Stadium. So super cool. You know, I coached there for a long time, and what I really love about that stadium is there's only one set of bleachers, you know, and so you're on the other side, the fence is behind you. It's probably only about, I don't know, 15 feet of room back there. There's no fans behind you, which is kind of good in a way because you can hear a lot better. You know, you can communicate a lot better. But then to look across and see, you know, 6,000 people, 7,000 people in the stands, packed in at Hackley Stadium. And one thing I always loved is our fans
really show out. You know, it's a rivalry game. It's 3 miles away from where we are, and so our fans show up, and to have it, you know, split our fans on one side and their fans on the other side, it's something I wish every high school kid could experience.
Going left or right, depending on the action. Okay?
No guards?
No guard. Okay. Stuff. Okay? So let's go through. What I want you guys to be, slots, is like this. So you're halfway in and halfway out of your tackle. Okay? You don't have to be right next to them. Okay? You can be right about here, but you're halfway in and halfway out. Huh?
I have a question for you, Coach Ken. You wanted to...
Already?
Yeah, just on that
Two eye. That's your gap, that's your gap, that's your gap, that's your gap. What?
On that veer where we're expecting him to crash, right? Do you want me to not get his thick of the split? Because you want to hit the outside, right?
So I need you to get to him.
Okay.
Okay? Yep. That's my thing to you. Okay? So let's walk through veer right. Now, you probably, depending on the cadence, why do you think we're tight like this if we're running option?
So they
can't pick up on our motions, right? Like when we're way out there, we've got to go in motion, they can spin. Here, we can go late and fast. So I don't know if we go ready, and then right after ready you go, or if you can go on the B and blue, yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? So let's walk, so if we go veer right, you got, yeah, don't get caught up on Tyson, okay? Here we go, Bambi Black.
Hey, no side.
Good. He's gonna squeeze. He's gonna squeeze. Okay?
I think I go up there.
Got it. Good. Come back.
Well, you gotta read. Coach Kai, you want the interior through the block here? If they double two. You want the...
So here's the deal. Okay. I'd rather have you have to block back on the 2-eye and you down the 2-eye by yourself. Because if you double here, he could cross his face. Does that make sense? Yep. So I'd rather have, if they're in 2 eyes, you back cut. Let's go veer left. Veer left. Veer left. Good job. Down, you're probably going to have to outside release him though. Hey. Automatic pull. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Ready?
Trees black.
Down. Okay, ready. Loose a hit. Go, 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 go. Run into him. Right? Okay, so keep it tight and run into the first guy you see.
Hey, check. Hey, tough right. Check tough. Check tough. Check tough. Check tough. Good. Stack. Carter, stack. There we go. Hey, green. Hey, check. Let's go base.
You just got to be a selfless player. You know, you hear us say that all the time. Brian will say it with the offensive line too. Is like our number one characteristic that we want these kids to understand is like you just got to be selfless. And what that means to us as coaches that we're trying to instill in them is like, you know, I'm going to do my job to the best of my ability, like regardless of, you know, getting tackles, getting, you know, scooping scores, hearing my name on the sound system or getting my name in the MLive article. Like just being selfless and doing everything I can for the guy next to me, for the guy behind me. And then other than that, it's just our job is to make everyone else's job easier. So if we can do that, like we could be successful.
What I've always said, and that, you know, it's pretty simple, but if you do your job and you do your job as fast as you can, then we're going to be successful.
The game plan, in order for us to win tonight, we have to keep the ball out of their hands. In order to do that, we have to get first downs, okay? So we cannot get behind the sticks. And what I mean by that is 1st and 10, we have to get into minimum 2nd and 7. We can't get into 2nd and 10, 2nd and 12. Now we're behind the sticks and we're chasing yards. So we got to stay ahead of the sticks in positive. We've got to get in 3rd and short situations. So if it is, you know, 3rd and short, you know, it's 4th down, we have an opportunity to go for it. You know, 4th and 10, 4th and 8, 4th and 7, depending on where you are, you don't want to go for it, you got to punt it back. So we've got to stay ahead of the sticks. By us getting first downs, keeps the ball out of their hands. Now that's easier said than done because they have a really good defense.
Well, I think with any opponent, we start with, like, when they show this formation, what is their mindset? And that kind of, you know, turns our mindset into like, okay, this is what they've shown, this is what they've ran, let's take away what they're good at. You know, you got to approach it like that. Like, I feel like a lot of times, you know, on defense, you can almost guard ghosts, you know, like, what if they do this? What if they do this? Well, this is what they've shown. If you take this away, you get them out of what they're comfortable with. So I think that's what our kids understand is like, you know, if we see this, you know, this is what they've run, this is what they show, let's get into this call, play it this way, and take away what they're good at.
This game determines certainty for our team. We don't know who chooses these playoff brackets. We don't know who chooses if we, you know, are in, you know, and so it's a lot of pressure in that. It's a lot of pressure in that, but my father used to always tell me, pressure bust pipes or make diamonds. And at the end of the day, it's up to us to determine what we're gonna do. It's up to our quarterback to determine, you know, how he wants this season to turn out, not only for himself, but for his teammates. Can he be that leader to step up?
All right, defense first, correct?
Yes, sir.
It's a chance to set the tone today. I want to share a story with you. Halloween night, 34 years ago. 34 years ago, Halloween night, a 3-6. I was a 16-year-old. A 3-6 Mona Shores team came into Hackett Stadium and beat an 8-0 JV Little Reds team. Okay, on Halloween, 6-0. Okay, were we supposed to win? Absolutely not. Okay, but we won. Okay, but we won. Coach Davros was their coach, by the way. Okay, so talk about what an underdog means. Okay, I haven't used that word a lot because I don't feel like we are underdog. The people in this room should not feel like we're underdog. Okay, but I think you should know that people picked you to lose. MLive picked you to lose. Local Sports Journal picked you to lose. Okay, and okay, all right. That's why we play this game, though. Okay, you don't play the game on paper or who you think's gonna win. You line up in between the lines and you sort it out. Now, last time I was in here was a year ago. We came here and won. Okay, and it reverts me back to that time where we talked about being in the fold. Okay, being in the fold. You guys remember that? Sure. Okay, I used a pencil analogy, right? Like if I asked you to break a pencil, you'd snap that sucker in half, probably with one hand. Okay? That's us as individuals, right? We're not going to win this game as individuals tonight. We won't. Okay? But you get 11 pencils. You get 11 pencils. You can't do it. You can't do it. And in the fold is right there where the tension's hidden. That's in the fold. You'll be in the fold tonight. You'll be in the fold tonight. Okay? And my money is on us. My money has always been on us. And when we put that complete game together tonight that we've been waiting for, something great will happen tonight. Something great will happen. You'll be able to remember the rest of your life. Okay? I want you to think about a hand. Okay? Because we lost last time to them because we as coaches, we as players, we didn't do our jobs. We did not do our jobs. Okay, we did not do our jobs. So you think about a hand now. Okay, you think about a hand. Not very powerful. Okay, if I punched you with it, not going to do much. These individual fingers are not going to do much. Okay, but when they come together, like we're coming together tonight, a fist is a powerful thing, correct?
Yes, sir.
And maybe last time we played, you know, we didn't tackle well, but not tonight. Not tonight. Maybe last time we played, You know, we didn't see missed opportunities on offense, but not tonight. Not this night. Okay? Sometimes we didn't squeeze when we were supposed to. Sometimes we didn't blow up trap, but not tonight. Tonight we play our best brand of football. The football we've been waiting for all year. No one except the people in this room expect you to win. And that's the only way we want it. Because we're the only people that know what we're worth. Nobody outside of these walls know what you do day in and day out. So screw that. Use it as power. Use that to fire in your belly that people can count you out. You never count us out, ever. We roll the ball out and sort it out. And don't you forget, because I have it, don't you forget when the game was almost over and they threw the ball against us. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay? Not tonight. Not tonight. Not this night. Let's go.
Let's go!
Remember.
Next play. Next play. Next play. Hey, next play. Next play. Next play. Next play now. Next play. Hey, just like we do it. That's how we do it.
Coach snap the ball.
Hey, Fisher! You get pulled away! Don't go right away! Be patient! Tell Dom! Hey, tell Dom! Hey! Hey, green, green, green! Yeah! Yeah! Ball. You guys running down need to stay on the line. Let's go. White. Hey, look at line smoke. Line smoke. Tamarion. Line. Jets up. Let's go, base. Red. What about? Let's go, boys! That kick, boys! Hey, we're good. Taylor hot! Helen! I need a right slot. We're in Helen. We got to move people off the line, though. That double team right there, we got to get that guy moving backwards on that on the one tech. See that? Yes, heavy.
Ball spotted at the 3-yard line. It will be first and goal. Muskegon.
Hey, Fish, go Louie, blue.
Muscovin and JC. Where's JC? All right, here we go. You guys are deep. Listen, main focus is ball security. Understand? Okay.
What is it, middle?
We're going left return. Got it? Here we go. Back guys, you can move up. He's only kicking it like 30 yards. So you guys move up. Here we go.
to the other side. Go 8 moves. Duo cheetah right.
Owen, go! It's a run play if he's not open. You run the ball. Hunter left! Hunter left! Now the clock stopped.
Do you understand? Okay? Now listen to me very carefully. Last time you played these guys, you were down 14 at halftime. You're down 7, we get the ball. Last time we were down 14 at halftime, they got the ball. Keep applying pressure. Keep applying pressure. Defense, we're going to get a stop. They're going to cough the ball up, and then we're going to get a takeaway. We'll be up, and then our chances to be up by another score. Do you understand?
Sir.
But don't leave this room unless you believe. Everything you seniors, everything that you've worked for comes down to these next frickin' 24 minutes. Everything. Deep returners. He's kicking it short, isn't he? Move up, right? Like the last 2 have bounced and we try to catch it. Catch it in the air so we can get a good return, okay? All we gotta do is get people on people, find a crease and go. 130, listen. We said it has to be settled in between these lines out here. You got 24 minutes to do it, let's go.
Space. We gotta go where it's at.
No,
okay?
action
Don't go
wedge.
outside the hashes. Don't get outside the hashes.
Lizzie, action wedge right, Bob toss left. So it's Steve Green. Got it? Lizzie, action wedge right, Bob toss left. Steve Green. Got it? Got it?
The biggest emotion you have as a coach is you feel sorry for the kids, right? Like Muskegon played a great game. We played a great game. It's hard to lose when you play so well. We did everything that we wanted to do, and you just feel for those kids, the fact that that's it, season's over.
I was so proud of just how well they played and how they fought tooth and nail, and it comes down to the last play. And
we didn't have a lot of time when we got the ball back. We had some timeouts, and we had been, close to probably 12 or 13 yards a play on offense. So there's zero reason why I didn't think we were going to go down and score and win the game.
I had confidence that our offense would be able to potentially drive down and get a score, but it's like you're that close, to doing something that these kids have worked so hard for. And I'm talking back to August and, to hoist a trophy, something you talk about from day one. But then also just within that moment of that game, what they worked so hard for. I mean, I think I'm most proud of how we kind of flipped the script from the first time around, where they completely dominated us physically. And I thought we played a physical football game. I thought some of our young kids that are, juniors that kind of grew up throughout the year, our couple sophomores that play safety for us, they really took kind of that next step.
Doesn't always work out. I said that was a top 5 game I've ever coached in, and we lost, and so they're not always the ones you win. And the way they did it, and the way they fought
throughout the season, ups and downs, they always came to practice ready to go. And
it's just disappointing, I guess, is the immediate feeling, just because I know like how much work our kids put in, how hard our kids work, and our kids deserve to win that game just like their kids deserve to win that game.
The hardest part is watching the seniors when they've given so much to the sport, to the actual game all week in practice. It's a crosstown rival. A lot of their buddies are over there. It's kind of like just being a dad and watching your kids, get their heart broken or, fail at something they worked so hard at. That's exactly what it is. And there's nothing you can do. You just tell them you love them. You put your arm around them. You tell them how much you loved coaching them. And you tell them, I will always be your coach. Just because this season's done and you're moving on doesn't change our relationship at all. I'm always going to be here for you.
And so that moment in the Muskegon locker room, as bad as your heart felt, that's a moment that I'll remember probably more than who scored a touchdown or what the final score was. Those are the moments that you remember, and that's the moment that I take away from as far as being a proud moment. That was definitely proud because those were brothers shedding tears for each other. Everybody see me? Sorry. Want to start like we always start is love you guys very much. My heart is full, guys. What an incredible battle that you gave the fans, what you gave our school, you gave our community. No words that I say to you right now are going to help heal how you feel right now. You see. Okay? And I wish, listen, if I had the words to say, I would say them. But that's just not the case. It's going to take some time for you to get over it. But I need you to know how proud your coaches are of you. That was a heavyweight bout. All right? And I sent a text to my daughter the other day. My daughter saved up all her money, got a brand new car. Brand new car, right? Like super proud of it. 2 weeks old. She crashes it. Totals it. She was safe, but she's like, why does this happen? Why would this happen? And I'll tell you this, okay? Adversity is what makes life interesting. Okay? Adversity makes life interesting. Otherwise, it's not. It's just boring. Overcoming and handling adversity makes life meaningful. I want you to think about that. You're going to have to deal with adversity in your life. All right? Today's a huge example of that. Things don't always go our way. We don't always get the calls. We don't always get the catch. We don't always get the block. We don't always do the things we're trying to do. Hard work does not guarantee us success. Listen to me when I say this. Hard work does not guarantee us success. What it does is it heightens your chances for success. You can do all the things right. You had an unbelievable week of practice. Incredible week of practice. One of the best practices I can remember in 26 years. And you came out and you battled and you fought, and we had big plays and we had big stops, and the breaks didn't go our way. Okay? That's life, gentlemen. Okay, that's life. I hope, in your young kids and, God to be your age again. I wanted to win this football game for our seniors, and I'm sorry that I could not do more to get that done for you guys. I really wanted it for you, and I'm sorry I couldn't. I'm sorry I couldn't give you seniors more. But what you gave this last game was a firework display. I mean, that was an unbelievable football game. Top 5 football game I've ever been involved in. Top 5 football, 26 years, that's the top 5 football game I've ever been involved with, and it's a loss, which says something about your effort tonight. And you seniors, you know, I've known a lot of you since you're shit. You're 3rd, 4th grade, and so I'm gonna speak as a dad right now, not as a coach. I'm gonna speak as a dad right now and not as a coach. This group will forever be tied to me. I have a child on this team. I have my own child, but my biggest gift I've ever gotten in life is on this team, and he got to share this with you. And he got to learn from Ike and Joe Olsen and George Dudley. And I'll forever be thankful for that. I'll forever be thankful for that. So this is a special group to me because of that. And I just wish you could understand how proud your coaches are of you, the way you battle. And my heart is full today, gentlemen. My heart is full. And I'm gonna boo-hoo. You know, I'm gonna cry a little bit tonight. You know, I'm gonna replay the game in my head. You know, feel bad for a week, 2 weeks. And then I'm gonna have happy memories of this team. And the times that you battled and you know, how you rallied around George when we lost him. And, you know, we love football. Everybody in this room loves football. And we pour our frickin' hearts into it. And we give everything we have for it. And sometimes the breaks don't go your way. And I wish I had a better explanation for it. It's just sometimes the ball's 2 inches too short, the ball is 2 inches too long, you don't quite catch it, you know, and that's just how it is. But this game teaches you way more than wins and losses, okay? It teaches us how to overcome adversity. Look at me, guys. You're gonna go to sleep tonight, you're gonna wake up tomorrow, and you're gonna be surrounded by people that love you. Your family, your coaches, your teammates, your community is so proud of you. And to me, sometimes that's more valuable than wins. Coach Shaw, anything?
Fellas, I talked to the offense at the beginning of the game about being perfect, right? And I told them being perfect doesn't mean that we're gonna go out there and not mess up. Being perfect doesn't mean that we're gonna get every play right. Being perfect doesn't mean that every play is gonna go for a touchdown. But being perfect was knowing that you went out there each and every play and you gave it everything you had. And at the end of the day, win or lose, you can look at your brother and you know you gave it everything you had. I think you left it all out there on the field tonight, fellas. I'll be honest with you, okay? Hey, I can't be mad at you. I can't say, what if this, what if we did this, what if we did that. We played our hearts out tonight, okay? Let this sting for a little, especially you juniors. I'm gonna let you know right now, okay? God teaches us a lesson through wins and losses. And the lesson that he's taught us today is that you don't get this time back. So we gotta cherish this time. I don't get this time back with George Jones. I don't get this time back with Vince Coleman or Tamarion Stewart or Corden Twining or Darby Zins. You don't get it back. And once you realize that, you give everything you have, from every practice to every strength and conditioning workout to every perfect 13 to every weight room session, you give it everything you have. Because you don't get this time back with your brothers. Because next year you look up, you'll be seniors, some of you will be juniors, sophomores, etc., etc. Take a lesson from this loss tonight, fellas. And understand it's not the end of the world. I know Vince Coleman's gonna go play college football somewhere. Ike and George. Okay, it's not the end of the road for them. However, I'm telling you, cherish the time that you have with each and every person in this room, because it is short. You never know when it's gonna end.